Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Makar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings be unto the hopeful elect, pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe, in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days. This is the brother Yakanan from the GMS England branch. And, I want to speak upon this Microsoft outage, that happened pretty much in the, early hours of yesterday morning. And this particular outage affected, airports. I believe there were reports that it also affected parts of the NHS over here. People are unable to book, doctor's appointments or have access to that particular, service for a time. And, there's a lot of businesses, corporations that depend on, Microsoft. That's pretty much, heavily integrated into the business world. Okay, so for something like that to go down and potentially, cause such mayhem, that is a sure indication as to, the times we're in. And I believe that was, simply a test run for something, much greater and much darker that they have in the works, And, we've been, telling you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shimi Hawashai that this man is going to start engineering, scenarios and particular chaoses, upon the earth in order to bring about, this new world order system, which is going to involve the, the cashless society. He's going to do away with cash. Everything is going to be digital. All right, that's going to be implemented. Okay, it's going to also implement, all right, the Revelation 13 and 16. All right, the implantable microchip. Okay, the MOTB as we call it. That's going to be implemented, man. And the scenarios and falsely engineered scenarios like what you witnessed yesterday that are going to be used to implement and to push that environment, that world into existence, okay? And that's why when you read Psalms, the 64th chapter, it tells you how, their mind is deep, in regards to the wicked elite, in regards to the secret counsel of the wicked. Their mind is deep because they thoroughly think these things out. They thoroughly think of ways. The scripture speaks about how, they work wickedness upon their beds. Okay? So they thoroughly, think of these ways and tactics and scenarios that they can implement on the earth that's going to bring about closer, that climate of the New World Order system, and especially that are the CHIP. Okay? And one of the ways that's going to be possible is by engineered disasters, okay? Order Abkeo, which we're going to be talking about Order Abkeo a hell of a lot in these last days, because that's the particular motive that these devils are going to be heavily utilizing, okay? Order Abkeo, bringing order from complete chaos upon the earth, all right? That's what's going to be happening. Esau is going to be bringing about order, okay, especially his New World Order, from bringing about chaos upon the earth, okay? Shutting people's banks down. They also said banks were, interrupted. Certain banks, stuff of that nature, okay? Which, that's nothing new, because you've had many different scenarios where people haven't been able, to access their funds and withdraw cash, physical, tangible cash, from their actual bank account. You know, there's various videos of that of people getting rejected, you know, from withdrawing their own, you know, physical and tangible cash. So that's been happening. You know, they've been, you know, putting that notion in society, all right, to let you know that that's a reality and that can actually happen, okay? But now it can be a thing where, you know, you can wake up in the morning and your bank can just be on zero, or you can't log into your banking app, or you go to the ATM or the cash point, all right, it's going to show you no figures, okay? And they can just tell you, well, if you want to access, you know, that information, because remember there's going to be false flags too. If you want to access that information, you know, you're going to have to prove who you are with a digital ID, all right? And that's why there's so much talk of implementing these digital IDs, okay? And that digital ID, all right, ultimately is going to be tied, you know, to the chip. So it's very easy, you know, for these devils to bring about, you know, this climate upon the earth by tying it to things that you need to survive, all right? All they have to say is, unless you have your digital ID, unless you have your mark, all right, your chip, you can't go to the supermarket. You can't, you know, work at this particular job that you've been working at for the past 10, 20 years, you know? Because all that job has to do is align themselves with the agenda, which most companies will, and already have begun to do that. That's why when you go on particular company websites, you go to the About Us section, or you go to their mission, they're always going to have something there that's alluding to the carbon footprint. How our company, you know, we do this to minimize our carbon footprint. We're in association with, you know, WEF, so on and so forth. They tell you. So you already have companies out here aligning themselves with the agenda, because ultimately they have no choice, okay? Because that's where the world is heading. So by force, and as it says in Revelation 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So Esau is causing, all right, these things to happen upon the earth, just like he's going to cause people to take that MOTB when that time comes, okay? Because pretty much, unless you're of the elect, you're not going to have a choice. You know, you're not going to be able to function in society. Go to the supermarket, you know, have a job, send your children to the full system, all right? You're not going to be able to do any of those things unless you're integrated in the system by way of that mark, all right? And that's the beautiful thing about prophecy, all right? Because we've been speaking about these things through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, but now we see they're starting to manifest and actually materialize in our lifetime, all right? So that's a beautiful thing. It's happening, all right? This is no longer, you know, just this us, you know, continually making these videos without you seeing the signs of what we're talking about, which the signs are always there, all right? Because we could see them, all right? But now the signs are there for everyone to see, and now it's undeniable. So, hey, like we've been saying, beginning with Elder Apostle and down, you other camps out there that haven't been teaching this, all right? You're either going to let your pride destroy you, or you're going to have to come clean. You know, you're going to have to come clean and admit that Great Millstone had the pure doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, had the truth, the 100% truth. And you're going to have to start teaching the same thing, or you can just be dirty and start teaching it anyway, you know, and not acknowledge that, you know, you were wrong, which the Lord ain't dealing with that. So you got to come correct, you know. But that's what I really wanted to speak on. So we got to really, you know, brace for impact. All right? Brace for impact, man, because things are going to change upon the earth. And that's probably what I'll call this video, Brace for Impact, because that heavy impact is coming, where everything's going to change and extreme tribulation is going to be upon the face of the earth, man. Sirach chapter 2, you know? All right, so with that, Lord willing, this video has been edifying. And until next time, I'll say shalom.